worked out, so they did not spend the night. But that was a long, long drive. So we don't want you going anywhere, folks. We've got a heck of a ball game here tonight. Anytime you get into the semifinals, it's just like this. And like we said, West Side Macon put up a fight but lost 43-33 to this South Effingham team. And then Westover, they lost 41-28 to South Effingham. Monroe, on the other hand, they beat Shaw in the first round 21-14 despite 4 turnovers. And they beat Grady last week in overtime. I was unable to make it, but I did get to see it. They beat them 21-20. So, again, you got to stop the turnovers. You're too deep in the playoffs now, and I think, Brock, if they continue to do that, one with a good running team like Monroe is going to see tonight, that could be the end.
Well, here's what I get from that. They played without Stanton for a while. Quan got used to the handoffs from Gallup. So it just took a couple games for them to just mesh together. And hopefully in practice, I'm sure Flig had them running handoffs from 8 in the morning to 4 p.m. in class.
Yeah.
Anything they can.
Coach Flig gave them extra credit if they didn't fumble, but that's a very good analogy. I didn't even think about that. The two quarterbacks do have a different feel, so the exchanges will be very important. And how did the kicking game look last week?
Well, Cody did miss a field goal, but late in the game, Cody Brown had a chance for the win, and Monroe fumbled. So without that, the game wouldn't have gone into overtime. It wouldn't have been that crazy finish that we saw. But really, special teams was decent last week for Monroe. They also blocked an extra point 2 weeks ago to win the game for them.
Okay.
Or excuse me, last week they blocked the extra point to win the game for them. So special teams is a big part. Last week Grady was doing that short kick. Monroe filled it every time. Never didn't fumble on those. So turnover and special teams, just like last week, that's going to be a big part of this game.
Wow. Well, that is the Brett's Home Furnishings pregame show special playoff edition. And, folks, we hope you're going to listen to us and cheer on the Purple Hurricanes as they go into uncharted waters with a semifinal berth. What a great job this 3-year run has been as the captains now come out onto the field for the coin toss. And we will be back after this short break with Charles Bellflower doing the calling of the game tonight and get his quick outlook, and we'll be ready for kickoff. So we will be back after this quick break. Okay, we're here. We got Charles. One minute.
You don't know?
I think Danny's going to do the color. That's what Julio told me.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, that's what he told me. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I thought they told me I was doing it. It don't matter.
No, work it out. I don't care.
Okay.
I'm just going by what Julio said. Charles Bellflower here at the Purple Pit in Monroe, Georgia, at the campus of Monroe Area High School for tonight's Quad A quarterfinal game between the Monroe Area Purple Hurricanes and the South Effingham Mustangs. Joining us tonight, we got a full house crew. We've got Ben Bridges, Brock Bridges, Danny Daniels is coming in. Chris Coffin drove the car over here and missed hitting 3 deers on 78. And so we were able to make it to the stadium tonight. The Monroe Area Purple Hurricanes are coming on to the field. We want to remind you that you can watch this game live on www.ghsa.tv, as well as hear us on www.wmoqfm.com, 92.3 FM WMOQ, and 1490 AM WKUN. So 4 outlets tonight. So call your friends and neighbors and have them get on one of those, because we are set for an exciting game here tonight. The Cinderella team, South Effingham, finished with a 6-4 regular season record, but have won the last 2 playoff games. Monroe Area has won their 2 playoff games, having to come from behind last week, beating Grady in overtime and beating Shaw, and they've had to constantly overcome the turnover problem. And you see the Purple Hurricanes are taking the field to receive the opening kick. Back deep to receive is Quan Brooks in the middle. And so the Mustangs will be kicking, and they're moving from right to left. And they try this squib kick, and it's going to be fumbled around and then picked up the 23-yard line to the 30, out to the 32. And that's where Monroe Area will put it in play. Back by popular demand this week, Danny Daniels.
And I'm going to thank all my relatives for requesting this, because I need the money. Now, it's T.J. Sigmund on the return that time, and he had a little hole to start with, but it closed up in a hurry.
Going to be first down and 10 for Monroe Area at their own 32-yard line. They come out, of course, in their spread formation. Hand it off to the man in motion, and he's got running room all the way out to the 50, over to the South Effingham 45-yard line. That was Demeek Kemp. So an immediate pickup of 23 yards on the play and a first down for the Purple Hurricanes.
And Charles, if the Mustangs cannot stop that play, they're in for a long night, because Monroe's going to run it all night long.
Out of the spread once again, quarterback, of course, Stanton Truitt, hands it off up the middle to Quan Brooks, and Brooks gets down to about the 42-yard line for a gain of 3 on the play. That'll be 2nd and 7.
I was talking to Athletic Director Eli Connell about next week's game, and we'll tell you about what he told me capacity-wise in just a little bit.
Spread formation. Brooks is the running back, going to run the option play. Truitt pitches it out to the trailing back. That was Michael Gallup, and Gallup gets down to the 37. So he picked up 5, and we've got an early key 3rd and 2 situation.
This really is an interesting call coming up here, because you're too close to punt it out of field goal range. So we may be in 2-down territory right here, 3rd down and just a couple.
10:42 to go in the first quarter. Monroe area took the opening kickoff. They've driven it from their 32 to the 37. Hand off to Brooks. Brooks has got the first down, and he's got more. He's at the 10, 5, touchdown, Quan Brooks. And Monroe area takes a 6-0 lead at the 10:27 mark of the first quarter.
Well, that takes care of what to do on fourth down. K1 Brooks went off that left tackle, and again, the read option. And there was a big hole over there. Good read by the quarterback, and he scooted through it and went almost untouched to the end zone.
Cody Brown in to try the extra point for the Purple Hurricanes. And there's a snap. The kick is up, and the kick is good. So timeout on the field. 10:27 to go in the first quarter with the score. Monroe area 7. South Effingham, nothing.
Paul, how are our volumes now?
Yeah. Okay.
Are our volumes balanced out pretty good? Paul, are our volumes balanced pretty good? Okay. All right, good. All right.
Charles Bellflower, Danny Daniels, back here with you at the Purple Pit, where Monroe area has taken advantage of the opening kickoff, went 68 yards. Quan Brooks on the 37-yard touchdown run, and an early 7-0 lead for the Purple Hurricane. Cody Brown has it teed up for the Bose Wrecker Service kickoff. And there he goes, a high kick. It will be returnable. Taking it to 5-yard line, to the 10, to the 15, to 20. He's got a hole down the middle of the field. Cuts out to the right side. He's at the 50, 45, 40. And they finally run him out of bounds at the Monroe area 35-yard line. And that's that outstanding running back, Josh Mercer. On the return, he went all the way from the 10-yard line to the Monroe area 36 is where they're going to mark it.
And you can see what kind of athlete he is, because he got a lot of speed. He knew where the hole was, and when he got there, he was awfully tough to catch. Monroe had two players with an angle on him. That's the only way they stopped him.
Brandon James, the quarterback for South Effingham, pitches it back to Mercer. And Mercer tries the right side at tackle, gets it across the 35. Not quite to the 34. We'll give him a gain of less than a yard. Second down and call it a short 10.
And that battle went to the Monroe defensive line. No matter how good you are talent-wise with the football, you got to have an opening, and that time Monroe didn't give them one.
Up to the line out of the spread formation this time. Going to still hand it off to Mercer. Mercer trying the left side. And he gets to the 31-yard line. Number 33, DJ Smith on the tackle that time for the Purple Hurricanes. It'll be 3rd and 6. So a big third down situation for South Effingham here early in the first quarter. We're at the 9-minute mark. Monroe area leads 7-0. Out of the I formation, man comes in motion from right to left. Going to hand it off to the fullback. He gets to the 30-yard line, but he's going to be about 5 yards short of the first down. That was Cadero Leverett, the fullback on the carry. So 4th and about 4.5. And let's see, the quarterback is sprinting in from the sideline. And he got the play from the coaching staff, and South Effingham is going to go for it.
They're in the same situation Monroe was in just a little while ago.
High formation, wide slot to the right. Quarterback fakes, looking to throw, going to throw it long down in the end zone, and it's going to be incomplete. Almost intercepted in the end zone. Michael Gallup and T.J. Sigmund and Junior Reed were all down there covering for the Purple Hurricane, but not a bad call. Tried to catch him with a long potential touchdown pass instead of going for the 5 yards in the first down.
James that time just didn't have quite enough arm to get there. I think if he'd have gotten the ball to that receiver, he could have got it, but because he was behind the defense, but the throw just wasn't far enough.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Purple Hurricane at their 30-yard line out of the spread formation with a wide slot to the left. Run the option play. Truitt's going to keep it, gets across the 35, breaks a tackle to the 40 and down to the 42-yard line. A gain of 12 yards on the option keeper by Truitt, and it'll be a first down for Monroe area.
Charlie, I'm sure Ben Bridges reminded people in the pregame that this was a number 4 seed that Monroe's playing tonight, but they don't play like a 4 seed. They've already knocked out 2 region champions.
Out of the spread, now they run the option play to the left side, pitch it to Brooks. Brooks in trouble behind the line, and he fights forward to the 43 for a gain of 1 yard on the play. Correction, that was Junior Reed on that carry. So it'll be second down and about 8 at the just short of the Monroe area 44-yard line. South Effingham runs a unique defense. They run a 4-4-3. Handoff goes to Brooks. Brooks gets across the 45 to the 47. He picked up 4. So once again, a third down situation. It'll be third and a long 4 for the Purple Hurricane.
K1 that time 1 tackle away from breaking it for a long gainer.
6.5 minutes left in the first quarter. Monroe area leads 7-0. They took the opening kickoff and scored. This is their second offensive possession. Run the option play to the right side, and they go with the back up the middle. That's Brooks. Brooks gets across the 50 to the 49, and looks like he's going to be a little bit short of the first down.
This will be an interesting call. Crowd wants Flig to go for it. It's going to be 4th and about 1, or maybe even less than 1 at the 49-yard line. All right, now they got to hurry up, or it's going to be 4th and 6.
Trying to get the play into the huddle. Now they're up to the line in the spread formation. Wide slot to the right, and we got a whistle. And delay a game is the call. So a 5-yard penalty against Monroe area will back the ball up to the Purple Hurricanes 46, and now on 4th and 6. It looks like that Coach Flig on the sideline is not too happy, and he's going to have to send in the punt team. So Cody Brown, who does the punting and the kicking for Monroe area, checks in. South Effingham drops 2 men back deep, and one of them is at running back Mercer. Good snap and a good high kick. Going to hit at the 20, roll across the 15, and will be downed at the 10-yard line by Dontavius Malcolm. So 5 minutes and 31 seconds left in the first quarter. 7-0 Monroe area. And the Mustangs now with their second offensive opportunity of the game.
Going to start from the 12, so not good field position for South Effingham, but with that number 28 back there, and they don't have bad field position anytime they have it.
They've got an I formation, and Mercer is not in the backfield. Handed off to another tailback, number 8, and he gets about a yard, maybe 2 on the play. That's Ryan McClendon in at tailback on that carry.
And he's listed as a wide receiver, so I don't know if Mercer's hurt or not.
5 minutes, 2nd and 10, really not much of a gain on that last play. I formation, McClendon at tailback, handed off to McClendon off the right side. He gets up to the 15-yard line, so he picked up 5 on that play. Michael Gallup made the stop for the Purple Hurricane. So a big 3rd down and about 7 on the play. 4.5 minutes left in the first quarter. Monroe area leads 7-0.
South Effingham brought a pretty good crowd over here.
Yeah, they got about 5 or 6 charter buses. Out of the shotgun, the pass goes out, intended for number 14. He did make the catch, but he's going to be short of the first down. That was Tyler Hagan, the split end, that made the catch of the pass from Brandon James. Pick up a 5 on that play. It'll be 4th down and 2. And the punt team comes in for South Effingham. Number 42 will do the punting for South Effingham. That's Jeremiah Mercer. Maybe he's related to the tailback, Josh Mercer. Snaps a little bit low. He gets a kick off. It's short and fumbled, and there's a pileup at the 48-yard line, but it looks like Monroe has recovered. Sigmund with the catch, and so that will give Monroe area a 1st down and 10 at the South Effingham 45-yard line.
And you hold your breath on every punt, because if that's one mistake you see more than anything else in high school football, it's muffing punts.
Got Prince Avenue in the lead, 7-0 over Athens Academy on the Bojangles scoreboard. Truitt fakes and runs it up the middle. He's got a hole, breaks a tackle at the 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, and they pull him down in the vicinity of the 5-yard line. A 40-yard gain by the quarterback, Stanton Truitt, and all of a sudden Monroe area is 1st and goal to go at the 5-yard line.
And that's the first Truitt carry of the night, and he breaks it for 42 yards.
Well, actually, he's at the 2-yard line. So it'll be 1st and goal at the 2. And we're going to have a timeout called by Monroe. So we'll also take a timeout. 2:58 left in the first quarter. With the score, Monroe area 7, South Effingham nothing. Charles Bellflower and Danny Daniels with 2:58 left in the first quarter. 7-0 Monroe area, and the Purple Hurricane knocking at the door at the 2-yard line. Truitt takes a snap, hands it off to Junior Reed up the middle, and Reed is going to be in for the touchdown. a 2-yard touchdown run by Junior Reed, and Monroe area takes a 13-0 lead at the 2:54 mark of the first quarter.
It's looking awfully easy right now for that Monroe offense. And don't forget, their big running back didn't play that last series, but he was back there on the punt return, so I don't know what's going on.
Cody Brown on the extra point is set down. The kick is up, and the kick is good. So timeout on the field, 2:54 to go in the first quarter. The score now, Monroe area 14, South Effingham nothing. Yeah. Quarterfinal, Quad A football here on Q92.3 WMOQ, 1490 AM, WKUN, www.wmoqfm.com, and also live on www.ghsa.tv. Cody Brown has it teed up on the far hash mark.
And Charles, we were talking maybe that wasn't Mercer back there on that punt return because he's not out there now. I don't see him.
He's set up on the corner down here on the kick return, but he's not going to be able to return this because Cody Brown just kicked the Bose Record Service kickoff out of bounds at about the 5-yard line.
Which is not all bad. You want to keep it away from Mercer if you can. That gives him 15 more yards, and had he kicked it into the end zone, but that's better than letting them start from midfield like they did on the opening kickoff.
So it is an illegal procedure call against Monroe area, so South Effingham will get to take the football at their own 35-yard line. In the backfield this time is Mercer back in at tailback. James still the quarterback. They run a sweep to the left side to Mercer, and he's brought down behind the line of scrimmage.
What a play that time by the Hurricanes. And it was DJ Smith that came through, got him around the ankles, and wrestled him to the ground.
Lost 4 yards on that sweep play. So it'll be second down and 14 from the South Effingham 31. I formation with Mercer the tail of the I. Quarterback fakes. He's in trouble behind the line. Avoids a tackler. Throws, and it is going to be incomplete. Tried to hit a receiver up about the 44-yard line. That was Tyler Hagan on the intended receiver from Brandon James, but it is thrown low and incomplete. 3rd and 14.
James that time did a good job of running away from Trayvon Bird, who was chasing him from behind and ran him toward the sideline.
Big 3rd down situation now for South Effingham. They have fallen behind by 2 touchdowns. They come out in the shotgun, and we got a flag on the play. There may have been some movement along the line of scrimmage. Flag was thrown by the line judge. And it will be a penalty against South Effingham for a false start. So now that will make it 3rd down and 19.
And put it back to the 26-yard line.
2:08 in the first quarter, 14-0 Monroe area. 2 receivers wide to the left, 2 wide to the right. James back to throw, looking. He's going to throw it long. Got a man down the sideline, incomplete. at the Monroe area 45-yard line. He tried to hit the running back Mercer on a fly pattern, but it was incomplete. It's 4th and 19, and South Effingham's going to have to punt.
James, with too much arm that time, overthrew Mercer by about 5 yards down the sideline, but there was good defense by the Monroe area secondary anyway.
So the punter is in. This is number 42, Mercer. Jeremiah Mercer. Rolls the snap back to him, and now he's going to try to run with the football, and he's going to be in tremendous trouble behind the line and run out of bounds in the vicinity of the 30-yard line on the bad snap. That was Junior Reed, and Trayvon Bird was over there. And, Danny, it's hard to pick up a 20 yards on a bad snap off of a punt.
When you got to run horizontally, and that's what he had to do. He likes to run soccer style to his right to kick it, but that time he ran to his right to try to get away from the rush.
So a minute 54 to go in the first quarter, and Monroe area with the football 1st and 10 at the South Effingham 23-yard line. Handoff goes to the wing back, and somebody grabbed his jersey, and they're going to mob him about the 21-yard line. That was number 21 for Monroe.
Yes, freshman Winding.
C.J. Winding.
Boy, he's one that's going to be fun to watch as he matures into this program, too.
Have not seen him much this year, but given an opportunity here in the playoffs.
He had a big year last year at Carver Middle School here in Walton County.
2nd down and 9. Handoff goes to Brooks off the left side. He cuts back towards the middle, and they mob him at about the 10-yard line. That's going to be enough for a 1st down, and it'll be 1st and goal for Monroe area at the 10.
This game starting off just the opposite of the first 2 playoff games, Charles, as Monroe area is winning the battle of the line of scrimmage without the turnover so far, and with the backs running as hard as they are, Monroe area just threatening to blow this thing open early.
Ball's inside the 10 out of the spread formation. Handoff goes to Junior Reed. Reed gets to about the 5-yard line. Picked up about 4.5 on the play. He was stopped by Tyler Smith, one of the defensive linemen. Once again, South Effingham runs a 4-4-3 defense. Of course, they may go into goal line defense. This is close towards the goal. 2nd goal at 5. 20 seconds are left in the first quarter, and the clock is running. 2 receivers wide to the left, wing back to the right. He comes in motion, and Truitt fumbles a snap, and he's going to have to pick it up and try to get around the corner, and he goes out of bounds at about the 12-yard line. That's going to be a loss of 7 yards on the play.
And there's a mistake that could have been really dangerous had not the ball bounced right back up into the hands of the quarterback.
So now it's 3rd and goal for Monroe area from the 12, maybe the 13-yard line. 13-yard line.
And that'll give Monroe area one more play here in the first quarter as he ran out of bounds with 7 seconds left on the clock.
Got that wide slot to the left. Truitt going to run it to the left. Pressure's on, and he goes down behind the line of scrimmage. Looked like number 35, Corey Horn, one of the linebackers, blitzed in there and got Truitt down back at about the 20-yard line. So a loss of 7 on the play. And that's going to be the last play of the first quarter. So the Purple Hurricanes will have time between the quarters to discuss what they're going to do. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, the score, Monroe area 14, South Effingham nothing.
He's just setting up for the field goal. getting the ball back in the middle of the field.
Yeah.
I don't think he wanted to lose that much, though.
Yeah, okay. Cody Brown on to try a 38-yard field goal. It's set down and the kick is up and it is long enough and it is good. He got it inside the left upright and the kick is good. So with 11:53 to go in the first half, the score now, Monroe area 17, South Effingham nothing.
I was beginning to think I wore too many clothes tonight, but that wind's cold.
Charles Bellflower, Danny Daniels, Ben Bridges, Brock Bridges, Chris Coughlin, all here tonight in the Purple Pit as the Monroe area Purple Hurricanes have bolted out to a 17-0 lead with 11:53 to go in the first half.
And that's what the quarterback was trying to do in the last play of that first quarter, is get the ball in the middle of the field, set up the field goal, and it worked.
And there's Cody Brown with the Bows record service of Madison kickoff, and he kicks it back into the end zone. So that is an automatic touchback under high school rules. And the Mustangs will put it in play 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
And we've talked about it before, what a weapon that is to be able to get the ball into the end zone, and then you don't have to worry about that long return. And with Mercer out there, you really do every time he's on the field.
And South Effingham comes out in the shotgun on 1st and 10. They run a cross buck, and they got an opening to the 30, to the 35, puts his hand down and gets all the way out to the 40-yard line. Does number 23, Cordero Leverett, a 21-yard gain, and it'll be 1st and 10 for South Effingham at their 41.
Biggest play from scrimmage yet for the Mustangs, and that time they blocked it well.
Misdirection in the backfield, and one of the oldest plays in football, the cross buck. Now they come out in I formation, wide slot to the left, hand it off to the tailback Mercer. Mercer drives up to the 43-yard line for a pickup of 2. That'll make it 2nd down and 8.
Evidently, the Monroe defense keying on Mercer because he's having less success than any of their backs, and obviously he's the most talented player back there.
John Callahan, we called his name a lot last week. He made the tackle of Mercer on that play. 2nd down and 7 from the 43. I formation, wide slot to the left. They move the tight end. And they run a sweep to Mercer, and somebody rolled him, and there's maybe a fumble on the play. Ball may have come loose at the 44. But looks like he will be called down. Trayvon Bird came up and rolled him, and it'll be 3rd down and 6 from the 44.
It was hard to tell if it came out or not, but there was a lot of activity around the football as Mercer was going down, so maybe he did drop it.
Well, this just in on the Bojangles scoreboard. It is now Prince Avenue 14 and Athens Academy nothing. I formation with a flanker to the left. James back to throw. Going to throw it over the middle, and it's going to be incomplete. Looked like the tight end was trying to get open, but he couldn't get past the coverage of Junior Brown and Michael Gallup.
He was double teamed right in the middle of the field, and that time James threw it backpedaling. Didn't have much on him.
10:04 and the clock is stopped, left in the first half. 4th down and 7. They send the punter in. That's Mercer, Jeremiah Mercer. Single safety back deep for Monroe area. That's TJ Segment. There's that soccer-style kick. And he kicks it out of bounds into the Monroe area bench in the vicinity of the 48-yard line. We're going to have to see where they mark this. They're going to mark it at the 48-yard line of South Effingham. So that's going to be a 5-yard punt.
And for you folks who are just listening and don't have video, that punter is running right and kicking it on the run like a soccer style. That time he was running right and kicked it right. Went off the right side of his foot.
So Monroe area 1st and 10. Hand off to Brooks off the left side, or rather right side. Brooks gets to about the 44, 45-yard line. Picked up 3. 2nd and 7. Nine and a half minutes left in the first half. Monroe area 17, South Effingham nothing.
Here's a good chance for a play-action pass. We hadn't seen it yet.
Cody Brown wide to the right. Truitt takes a snap. He's going to run it, be in trouble behind the line, and brought down at the 46. So he's going to lose a couple of yards on the play. So that's going to make it 3rd down and about 8.5. They had Cody Brown split out wide. Looked like he was going to run a deep pass, but Truitt never had a chance to throw it. We got some scores here on the Bojangles scoreboard. George Walton 3, Walker nothing, or rather 13. George Walton 13, Walker nothing. We'll get you some more scores right after this. Truitt takes a snap, rolls, breaks a tackle at the 45 and slides down at the 41. So he gains 6. It'll be 4th and long 2. More scores on the Bojangles scoreboard. Lincoln County 14, Wilkerson nothing. Burke County and Sandy Creek are tied 7-7. Gainesville leads Harris 15-0. And Jefferson's over Fitzgerald 14-3. And GHSA is 9 and Early County nothing. Brock Bridges on the Bojangles scoreboard keeping us informed. We'll try to have as many scores as possible. Now Monroe area, I think probably Danny deliberately took that delay of game.
They may have, but I was wondering if maybe they were going to fake it on the 4th down and 3. They lined up in punt formation. But now it's 4th down and 8, so you know they're going to kick it away.
Brown in punt formation from the 46-yard line. There's a snap, good snap, a little bit of a low kick, but he kicked it away from the return man, and it's going to roll and be downed at the 11-yard line. So a 35-yard punt with no return by Cody Brown. 8:17 left in the first half, 17-0 Monroe.
This is more like the Hurricane teams we saw during the regular season where they kept putting up 40 and 50 points. But don't forget this South Effingham team has scored 41 and I think 42 or 43 points in their 2 playoff games. So they are very explosive. So far, Monroe area has held them in check, but you wonder how long that can last.
South Effingham starting this drive from their 11-yard line, and Mercer not in the backfield. They've gone back to the other tailback, but they're going to hand it off to the fullback. That's Leverett, and Leverett's going to be hit on the line, and he's not going to get anything.
Tried to trap that time, but nobody was fooled on Monroe area's team.
John Callahan is credited with the tackle on that play. That's Patrick Brown is number 9 for South Effingham, and he's the tailback. Leverett, the fullback, James, the quarterback. James fakes. Under pressure, going to throw it, hangs it up. Had a man out there, but it was batted away by number 4 for Monroe area. Good coverage. T.J. Sigmund, and the intended receiver is down on the play.
TJ had a chance to pick that one off, too, but it was just high enough that all they could do was deflect it. But that brings on now a 3rd down and very long, so something good came out of it for Monroe area. That
was number 42, the punter, Jeremiah Mercer, who was intended receiver, and he has had to limp off the field. So that's never good when you have your punter having to limp off the field.
All right, maybe a passing situation right now coming up on 3rd down at about 19, but Brandon James, their quarterback, is only 1 out of 6 throwing the football here, so we'll see if they go to the air.
3 receivers wide to the right, 1 receiver wide to the left. Man comes in motion from right to left, snaps a little bit high. James pulls it down. Not much of a rush. He's looking. He throws it out, and it is incomplete over the head of the intended receiver, the split end, Tyler Hagan. So that's going to bring up a 4th and 10 from the 11.
And that was good coverage by the secondary for Monroe area because James had time to bake a pan of biscuits back there. He had enough time. He was running for to his left and then pulled up and still had another 2 or 3 seconds.
So they send in the punter, Mercer. Now, he got shaken up 2 plays ago as the intended receiver. Sigmund back deep at the Mustangs' 42-yard line. Mercer looks like he can't put all his weight on his knee. There's a snap. It's low, and he kicks it high. And Sigmund going to try to make the catch, and he does at the 37-yard line. A lot of hearts of fans skipped to beat him, the Monroe side, on that punt.
Well, that's because TJ catches the ball with his hands instead of against his pad and his body. And that's not the way to do it. I guess he did it all right that time, but causes you to shake a little bit.
Well, Monroe area has it 1st and 10 at the South Effingham 38-yard line. Out of the spread formation. Hand off to Brooks. Brooks has got a hold to the 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, and they pull him down at the 2-yard line. A 36-yard gain by Quan Brooks, and his 1st and goal for the Purple Hurricane.
Actually, Charles, that was Junior Reed who went off right tackle, and a big hole over there for him off that right side, and Junior's having a good ball game.
I don't know why I keep getting Reed and Brooks confused tonight for some reason.
Both single digits, and you're old.
Maybe I need to go to the eye doctor next week. Spread formation, and we got a whistle. And Monroe area will call a timeout. So we'll also take a timeout. 6:53 left in the first half. The score, Monroe area 17, South Effingham nothing.
the score of the game, 7-7, 73, Clark County. That's the first. That's the end of the first.
Charles Bellflower, Danny Daniels, Chris Coffin, Ben Bridges, Brock Bridges. I started to say Bo Bridges. It's 17-0. 6:53 to go, and Monroe area is first and goal at the 2-yard line. Truitt gets a snap, and he hands it off to Brooks. Somebody tried to rip the ball out of there, and Brooks kept moving. And he got close to the goal line. You can't get any closer than that. The referee marked the ball, and he's got 1 foot in the end zone. So 2nd and goal.
Yeah, the nose is almost touching the goal line. So here's quarterback sneak territory.
Yep, Truitt underneath center this time. We don't see that often. But Truitt goes in at right guard for the touchdown. A 1-yard quarterback kick by Stanton Truitt. And Monroe area has now gone out to a 23-0 lead.
So far, a flawless football game by Monroe area. A region champion against a 4 seed that's here in the 3rd round. So you know they can play.
Now, was that Truitt limping, or does he always run like that?
Well, he is limping, isn't he?
Cody Brown for the extra point. Kick is up, and the kick is good. 6:08 left in the first half. Timeout on the field. The score now, Monroe area 24, South Effingham nothing.
Yeah, they're working on that ankle.
That's not good. And Danny, not a good sign for Monroe. They've got Stanton Truitt on the bench working on that ankle.
Remember, he missed 3 games with a sprain, and he came off limping, and a lot of folks crowded around him down on the sideline right now. Now he's up and walking around and now looking a little better.
Cody Brown has it teed up on the near hash mark for the kickoff. The Bose Wrecker Service of Madison kickoff. And there it is. Kick back near the goal line in the end zone for the automatic touchback. That's the best kick off that you can have. You got a kicker who can just put it in the end zone.
Truitt testing out that ankle. I don't know where he went, but he was walking a little better after they may just rewrap it, but leading 24-0. Let's see if they give him a rest. But right now it's South Effingham football.
At their own 20, trailing 24-0. James, the quarterback underneath center. He's got a single running back this time. That's Leverett. Back goes in motion from right to left, handed off to Leverett, and he is cut down near the line of scrimmage. Not much at all. Tried that right side of the Monroe area line. And Janaris Harris is credited with the tackle. Of course, they were running away from Big Travis Butts.
And that's hard to do because he takes up a lot of room.
Out of shotgun this time, handed off to the running back, Leverett again, and he fights out to the 25-yard line. So it'll be third down and 5 at the 25-yard line. John Callahan once again the tackler on the play. He's got to be the leader in tackles, I would think.
Yeah, we don't have any team stats available to us tonight, but yeah, I don't know who'd have more.
Quarterback in trouble behind the line, and down he goes. Back at the 20-yard line. Number 7, Brandon James, brought down by Junior Reed. So he lost 5 on that play. So South Effingham, they tell us, Brock Bridges with the stats, now has 12 rushes for 25 yards. Average of 2 yards a carry. It's not going to win many games. Now 4th and 10, and South Effingham goes back in punt formation. Jeremiah Mercer is the punter. And he's going to run out and kick it on this rugby kick. Got a good kick that time. TJ Sigmund falls on it at the Monroe area 48. So a 32-yard punt that time by Mercer, and that's vastly improved from his 5-yarder that we saw earlier tonight.
That one looked a whole lot more like a punt, and he got it off pretty good, and the ball carried for a long way in the air.
4:02 left in the first half, 24-0 Monroe. Truitt is in at quarterback. Takes a snap, hands it off to Brooks. Brooks sweeps the right side. He's at the 45, 40, 35, 30, and they finally pull him down from behind at the 21-yard line. That's a gain of 31 yards. Jeremiah Mercer had to make the touchdown saving tackle.
K1 looking good tonight. We were talking about it last week, how he might have started running a little tentatively because Fumbleitis had hit him a couple of times, but he's running like the old K1 tonight.
Wide slot to the left, handed off, and couldn't quite get to the left side. That was Brooks, and he may have picked up a yard to the 20. So to bring up a 2nd down and 9, 3:20, and the clock is running left in the first half.
If that ankle is bothering Truitt, then we may not see him run. But this is a situation where he'd usually keep it.
Sean Garrison split wide to the right, handed off, and Truitt stumbled but got the ball to Junior Reed. Junior Reed gets to the 20. So he's not going to gain anything on that play.
That'll bring up a 3rd down and 8 situation, so a passing down coming up for the Canes, and Truitt has not thrown one tonight that I remember.
3rd and 8 from the 20 out of the spread formation. Wide slot to the right. That's Garrison and Sigmund, or Gallup rather. Now the quarterback draw, and he stops and throws it over the middle before he gets to the line of scrimmage, and it is complete to Michael Gallup at the 4-yard line. 16-yard gain, and that was a good play that time by Truitt. Looked like he was going to run it, stopped short of the line of scrimmage, and found an open receiver.
I think he was going to run it until he saw the receiver open down around that 16-yard line. Good field awareness.
Hand off to Reed up the middle. Reed jumps the pile and gets down about the 2-yard line. 2nd and goal. We've got a player down for Monroe area, but he gets up. I think his shoe just came off. And it's hard to play football without shoes unless you're a barefooted kicker. And off to Reed again off the right side, and Junior Reed in for the touchdown. It is 30-0 with 1:36 left in the first half off the 2-yard touchdown run by Junior Reed.
And right now, Monroe area is just dominating every aspect of the ball game. Offense, defense, special teams, everything. They hadn't had a penalty call on this except that delay of game.
Cody Brown for the extra point as Jamison Raines holds it. And the kick is up, and the kick is good. So timeout on the field, 1:36 to go in the first half. It's Monroe area 31, South Effingham nothing. Yeah, I think you can go ahead. I wish our TV audience could hear it. Charles Bellflower, Danny Daniels, Chris Cawthon, Ben Bridges, Brock Bridges here with you at the Purple Pit, bringing you this quarterfinal game in Class Quad A. And right now, I would say the advantage goes to Monroe area because they're up 31-0. Cody Brown with the Bose Wrecker Service kickoff. This time he's going to kick it high down to the 10-yard line, and it's going to be taken there by Mercer. And Mercer to the 25, to the 30, out to the 35-yard line. That was Jeremiah Mercer, the punter and defensive back and receiver. Got a good athlete. You got to use them as much as you can.
And we still have not seen much of Josh Mercer, who is committed to NC State.
See who's in the huddle here. They've got Leverett, who's going to be one of the backs, and the other back is number 35. He's in probably as a blocker Corey Horn. James keeps the football, and down he goes, and now James has just limped off the field. He's out. He's gone over to the bench. He got loss of 4 on the play. And now South Effingham's going to call timeout because they've got to get a quarterback. Timeout on the field, 1:11 to go in the first half. It's Monroe area 31, South Effingham nothing. So the starting quarterback, Brandon James, is sitting on the bench. He twisted an ankle or a knee, and so he's out, and they're having to bring a quarterback in, Cole, off the bench. That's Tyler Pullum. Out of the shotgun, Pullum throws a swing pass out, complete to Leverett at the 30. Leverett hit down at the 35-yard line. Knew he was going to get hit and kind of held up on the play. There were several Hurricanes who had him hemmed in over there. Number 41, Andrew Shoemaker, the sophomore linebacker, led the tacklers. 3rd and 10 from the 35 out of the shotgun. 2 receivers to the left, to the right. Throws it over the middle. It is incomplete. Intended for number 42, Mercer. And it'll be 4th and 10 with 32 seconds.
John Callahan slapped that one away, and if it'd been about 6 inches closer to him, might have picked it off.
So Jeremiah Mercer checks in to do the punting, and Monroe area has no one back. Looking for a possible fake. But he kicks it, got it over the line, and it's going to roll across the 30, across the 25, down to the 23-yard line. And Monroe area will take it there with 22 seconds.
Well, they didn't want to take a chance on anybody turning the football over, so they didn't put anybody back at all. With a 31-point lead and only 22 seconds, they're just going to take a knee anyway.
South Effingham with 2 timeouts and Monroe area with 1. Truett takes it, hands it off to Brooks. Brooks gets across the 25 to about the 27.
It's going to be the last play of the quarter.
And that's exactly right, Danny. That's the end of the first half. Now stay tuned for our halftime show. Ben Bridges will be back, and Brock Bridges with the stats and the scores. We understand Ben will be interviewing former University of Georgia Bulldog Brandon Miller, so you'll want to stay tuned for that. If you're on our television audience, you will be able to see a performance by both the Monroe area band and the South Effingham band, so you don't want to miss that. You can watch both bands and hear the Brandon Miller interview and scores from around the state all at the same time. What a treat is that?
For free.
So 20 minutes to go in the halftime, and at the half it is Monroe area 31, South Effingham nothing.
Hey, Paul. Okay, we're going to go. Brock's going to go over some scores and stats. Then I've got Brandon Miller from UGA alumni. We got 19.
field for your halftime entertainer, the 2012-2013 South Effingham High School Marching Mustangs.
I pledge allegiance. To the band.
Street gonna be a big man someday. You got mud on your face, you big disgrace. Kicking your can all over the place, singing, we will rock you.
So who do you like? Blondie.
Christina Aguilera.
Who? No, come on. What? What are you guys? This project is called Rock Band. I'm talking about bands that rock. New schedule. 8:15 to 10, rock history. 10 to 11, rock appreciation and theory. And then band practice till the end of the day.
What about math?
No, not important. And in the words of AC/DC, we roll tonight to the guitar fight. And for those about to rock, I salute you.
Throw up your rock fist if you're feeling it when I drop this.
And we shall teach rock and roll to the world.
Charles Grant. Started down there with head coach Ronnie McNeese. Coach Alan Ingram, who's now the Seminole head coach. Both of them molded me into the player I am today. I got a lot of thanks for them.
And then you came on up and got the opportunity to play for the Georgia Bulldogs and Coach Mark Rick. And what a great opportunity that was.
It was unbelievable. It's just the character building program, not just football. He made you a man, not just a football player. And I love him. I respect him for that.
Well, that is so good to hear because so much is placed on win, and they're not looking at what high school football did for me, what college football did for me. My high school coaches are like my dad's, and you're absolutely right. The character building in these tough times out here in the real world, you get up when you hear that clock ring, and you get out and you go.
Yes, sir.
And it's just like running one more up down or something over there. Hey, you had a great 4 years over there at Georgia. Mm-hmm. What's some of the memories that stand out? I know probably every game every year, but
that drill is the thing that stand out to me.
That's incredible.
I hated them every day in February. Hated them, but they made you a man. I promise you.
Wow.
I promise you.
Well, I've got to ask you. Okay. I heard there was a football game going on tomorrow in Atlanta. Are you familiar with that game?
Yes, sir. I sure am.
I think it's the semifinal to the national championship game.
Pretty much what it's going to look like. Yeah.
Tell our listeners, from your standpoint of when you played, being there on a Friday night, knowing you're going to get to play Alabama for the SEC championship, but the winner goes to the national championship.
Yes, sir.
Being young men, what's it like to have that opportunity, A, but B, just the pressure, the fun, the excitement? How does you young men go through that?
It's hard to put it into words. It's because what I experienced is my senior year at Georgia. We went to Hawaii Sugar Bowl 04. We finished number 2 in the nation, so I can't even fathom what they're doing right now. I know it's butterflies everywhere, but I honestly believe in my heart if they go out there and play Georgia football like they practice every day at Buttsmere, we're going to go out there and come out with a win.
You got the chance to go to 4 bowl games. Which one was the best? I'm going to put you on the spot, Brandon. I told you I was.
Okay. The best bowl game was my senior year, Colt Brennan, Hawaii. Loved it.
You know, I remember all the hype. Hawaii this, Hawaii that, and y'all went out. And I think that was played at the Georgia Dome, wasn't it? Because it was in New Orleans? Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
And I remember one play, I played defensive end. He came down there with the option. I didn't even try to go for the pitch. I went straight for him. That's the play I remember.
Awesome. So now you had the opportunity to play high school ball at Miller County.
Yes, sir.
They take football a little bit different down there, by the way, in the South.
Serious.
Yes,
serious
sir.
Down there.
Play for such a good, fine, outstanding young man, Coach Rick, or good Coach Rick. Tell the Bulldog Nation, for all of our listeners now, what's Brandon Miller gotten into here lately?
I'm doing a whole lot of everything right now, but mainly coaching, late coach at North Oconee High School. My plan is to make men, not football players. I'm here to make men. And football I'm going to use that as a tool for them to get to where they need to go as far as education, college, and whatever we want to do afterwards, that's fine. As long as I give them the opportunity. It's my job to give them an opportunity to make it, okay?
Well, I'm glad you said that, because people have got to understand that football is a game and a character builder. It's not life.
Yes, sir.
But being a man, you're going to be that till you die.
Life, yes, sir, exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I try to train.
Awesome. Well, how many years have you been at North Oconee?
This is my 3rd year.
Awesome. Coach Tooley's. Well, I'm an Oconee County alum. Love the Warriors.
Man.
But y'all have got a good thing going on up there. And I love the new field house up there. And
it's nice.
I'd go out and do some bike rides, and I'd always ride through there. And it just, as an Oconee guy, it just would hurt me to see those players out in the parking lot having the dress. So I'm glad now they got a nice facility up there to do that.
It's
and
nice.
You going to come back and be with them a couple more years, or just wait and see what happens?
I'm planning on seeing what happens. I got to finish my degree. I didn't finish it. Sad to say I didn't finish while I was there. And I am going back now, UGA, to finish that up.
Well, I do hear Coach Rick will hound his players until they graduate. Because he wants you to not only be a man, but get that degree.
Yes,
and
sir.
I admire you for wanting to do that.
Yes, sir.
Awesome.
And I'm going back to finish it. Yes, sir.
Well, I tell you what, Brandon Miller, from a standpoint of seeing what Coach Rick and your high school coaches, go ahead and give them a shout-out. Some of them may be listening.
Coach Coach Allen Hinger, he's not. He's playing right now more than likely in Seminole County.
There you go.
He's a great. Rest in peace, Coach Randy McNeish. I love you. He was a great man, and definitely Coach Margaret. I can't thank him enough for what he did.
Yeah, it's an opportunity, and people have got to realize that these younger kids from Little League and all, they want to be like the stars on TV, but it's an opportunity, especially back in the 80s in Oconee County, to just have fun. We never won a playoff game my junior or senior year, but the fun we had, the friendships that were made to this day,
yes,
and you can be familiar with it. Got the opportunity to play at Georgia Southwestern. Met a ton of people down there. Some of them are coaching. Some of them went on to do other things. But you still, football and most high school sports and college sports is the ultimate team sport. You get the opportunity to bond with people and become family with them because you're doing those mat drills with them at 5 in the morning. And
4:30.
There you go, 4:30. Oh my goodness! But it makes a man out of you. And I am just I would never have traded any of my opportunities that I had, and if I ever get a chance to tell the middle school kids or the high school kids, don't do it for selfish reasons because you'll get your feelings hurt. Do it to build your character and to build good habits.
Yes, sir.
And get ready to set yourself up for life after football.
Exactly.
And I admire you for wanting to go back and get that degree. And Brandon, whatever you choose to do in life, you will succeed, and we want to wish you the best, and more importantly, hey, thank you for coming by. The pressure was on for me to get Billy Currington is a famous South Effingham guy. I think he plays country music, and Julio at the station was asking me if I could get him on, and I was like, no, man, I've got Brandon Miller coming on. So much appreciative of you for coming by. Let's put you on the spot now. I know what it's going to be. But
right.
let's have from a former player standpoint.
All right.
Big game tomorrow. What's the score? How do you feel it working out?
I feel it working out.
Does Georgia go in and try to pass on that weak secondary?
21-13, Georgia. Oh yeah, I'm red and black till the day I die.
Well, the pressure's got to be on Alabama. You think?
Yes. I think so. They better be.
And everybody just thinking Georgia's just there. They can't win the big one. But if anybody deserves it,
they do.
Coach Rick and what he has done at Georgia since 2001,
okay.
I guess you can say it is their turn to rebound after that loss at South Carolina, to come back, put themselves in this position. I hope those players, if you could speak to them, what would you tell them?
There's no pressure. Just go play ball.
Go play ball.
That's all.
Take it all in.
That's all. Don't leave nothing on that field. You leave everything. Everything. You got it. You play till you can't play a down.
Absolutely. Hard. Absolutely. Well, all of our listeners out there, we want to say a very big thank you to Brandon Miller, former standout Georgia football player. I've interviewed a lot of football players, Brandon. I'm not going to embarrass you, but none of them ever said yes, sir, no, sir. And that tells me you're a man right there, buddy. And thank you for dropping by. And we're going to kick it back to Tall Paul in the studio and take a quick break. 3 minutes on the scoreboard. We're going to take a quick break and come right back. That was awesome.
You make a career out of it, boss.
That was awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
That was all. I'll see y'all. I'm gonna come back down there. Y'all gonna be here for a while?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. We're gonna go get some meat.
It's up to you. It's 2:25 on the scoreboard. They'll probably put 3 more minutes back on there. So if you just want to kick it back, we've got some more scores, and just I can kick it back to Charles, and I mean 4 minutes tops. Okay, go ahead, because usually they're going to put 3 more minutes back on the scoreboard. Okay, we got you. Welcome back to the Purple Pit here at Monroe. And boy, what a game. The Purple Hurricanes 31, South Effingham 0. I'm bringing in Charles Bellflower right before the kickoff here to start the second half. And Charles, this is not the same Monroe team you've seen the past 2 weeks. This looks like the Monroe team from mid-season.
Well, that's exactly right, Ben. Monroe has definitely eliminated the turnover mistakes that they've had the last two playoff games. They've not been penalized near as much as they have the last two playoff games. And Monroe tonight is at the top of their game. They're playing the way that they're capable of playing.
Well, you've got to be impressed with this stat Brock come up with. The past two games, Josh Mercer, the North Carolina commitment, in two playoff games, he's had 241 yards and 5 touchdowns. So far tonight, Charles, 4 carries, 7 yards.
Yeah, plus the fact he's not been in there every play. They've been using another tailback, so we don't know if he's injured or what the strategy is there.
Well, I think when Butts tackled him that last time, I was on the sidelines down there with Brock, and I felt the ground shake, and the Monroe defense has really stepped up, but do you keep your starters in there and put the pedal down, or just kind of?
Well, me and Danny were concerned late in the second quarter when Truitt came off the field limping, and they had to do some doctoring on his ankle. So I think that you don't play him much if you play him at all here in the second half, because this is one game where I don't believe that we're going to have to look in the rule book for the overtime procedure.
Absolutely. Good idea. All righty. Well, we're going to kick it back over to Danny Daniels and get Tall Paul to run a few more profit breaks, I guess is what they say, commercials, and we'll come back with the second half kickoff. So, again, we're going to kick it back to Tall Paul live from the Purple Pit.
They're ready to play. They've already reset it.
Paul, we're ready to play. Like Truitt's changed shoes and got retaped because they took that green tape off he had on.
Bet we don't see him much.
Yeah, that's what I just said. I wouldn't play him much. None. We need it. We need it right now.
Now you got some misinformation.
You got too many people want to be announcers up here. And there's the Bowes Record Service kickoff by Cody Brown, and it's going to be taken at the 10-yard line out to the 15 to the 20, and brought down there is the return man for South Effingham. That was number 42, Jeremiah Mercer. And so the Mustangs will put it in play 1st and 10 at their own 25.
With just a flawless first half, Charles, and I'm sure you and Ben talked about it, by the Purple Hurricanes. No turnovers, only one penalty that I remember, that delay of game. And you can't play much better than that.
So we do not see the starting quarterback, Brandon James, for South Effingham, as he was hurt. They hand it off to Leverett, does the quarterback who is starting here in the second half. It's Tyler Pullum. And Leverett's going to gain about, actually he's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
And that time, who was it, 7, Trayvon Bird could have been called. He tried to lead with his head a little bit on the tackle.
Operating out of the shotgun this time is Pullum. And he's faked, handed off to Leverett. Leverett gets across the 25 to about the 28-yard line. That's a gain of 6, so it'll be 3rd and 7. They've got to go to the 35 to get a first down.
Monroe area has not had to punt so far in the ball game. And if they don't get the first down here, I was going to try to count how many punts South Effingham has had. I think this will be their 7th.
Mustangs up to the line. They have 3. Well, they got one man that ran off the field. They broke the huddle with 12 players, and they don't see a flag, and the pass is incomplete from Pullum to the intended receiver, Ryan McClendon. Hit him in the hands.
Speaking of that, Charles, Coach Fligg was telling me on the phone earlier this week that Shaw last week had 12 players on the field for the first 3 plays of overtime, and nobody noticed it. And they didn't see it till they looked at the film.
Well, I was trying to figure out how many receivers they had on each side of the field, and then that's why I was able to see the one that ran off. So they're going to have 3 receivers lined up on each side of the field. Punt formation, Jeremiah Mercer. He does that rugby-style kick. It's low, hits at the 50, rolls to the 45, and it goes dead at the 42-yard line of Monroe area. So the Purple Hurricanes will put it in play there. 10:19 to go in the third quarter. It's 31-0 Monroe area. Looks like they're going to make it to the semifinals if they can hold this 31-point lead.
And I think I just heard that Sandy Creek was leading 17-13 at home against Berks County.
Now we got a new starting quarterback. That's Olson in there from Monroe area. He hands it off to Brooks, and Brooks gets across the 45 to the 46. That's Jacob Olson, sophomore, is in at quarterback on that play.
Olson probably a better thrower, but he's in there because obviously Truett's having problems with that ankle.
They come out in the 2 backs in the backfield on this spread formation with Olson. Olson takes, going to run an option play to the left, pitches it out to Brooks, and Brooks gets to the 45, so he's going to lose about a yard on that play.
That time Olson pitched a little too early, probably didn't read it right, but it's hard to do when you don't play as much, when you play as little as Olson does. That time Truett would have kept and run with it.
Well, when they had Truett out, Michael Gallup played quarterback. And Gallup's out there, but he is a receiver lined up as slot back on the right side. Olson takes, he's going to roll, and he's going to be pulled down from behind at the 38-yard line. Number 95, the big defensive tackle came in there and got him for South Effingham. Corey Horn, correction, number 35 is his number. Now Cody Brown's going to have to punt it on 4th and 15.
First punt of the ball game for the Canes.
Twin safeties for South Effingham. There's the kick by Brown, a high kick. Hits at the 25. Going to take a roll all the way down inside the 10-yard line to the 8. So that's going to be about a 53-yard punt from the 39 to the 8. Excellent punt that time by Cody Brown.
Well, with the fact that Fligg is leaving, I'll get it in a minute, leaving Gallup at split end, maybe that he plans to be there next week, so maybe he's counting on Truitt to be well. I would think Gallup might be playing quarterback if they think Truitt's hurt pretty badly.
Handoff goes to Mercer. That's Jeremiah Mercer. And he's brought down at the 5-yard line. He lost 5 yards on the play. 2nd and 15 from the 5. Looks like a lot of the defensive starters are still in. Travis Butts anchoring that big defensive line. Jarius Harris is still in. DJ Smith, one of the linebackers. Sigmund in the secondary. Quarterback Pullum rolls to throw out of the end zone. Now he's in trouble. Now he's going to keep it, and he gets to the 6-yard line where he is tackled from behind there by big Jarius Harris. And that's going to be 3rd down.
Now I hadn't noticed, are we using running clock? Is that in the 4th quarter or the whole second half with the 30-point lead?
The coach that's behind can request to have a running clock in the 3rd. Quarterback back to throw. He lost the football in the end zone, and he's going to recover it, but he's going to be brought down for safety. So another 2 points goes to Monroe area. Travis Butts is credited with the tackle, and it's 33-0 at the 6:42 mark. So they're going to have to free kick it. So we'll take a timeout. 6:42 to go in the 3rd quarter. The score now, Monroe area 33, South Effingham nothing.
South Effingham has 26 total yards.
Okay.
South Effingham will free kick it from their 20. They have teed it up, and they're going to kick it off the tee. Number 80, Michael Stevenson, kicks it off, and it goes out to the 35-yard line. Looked like they're trying an onside kick, and it went only 15 yards, so Monroe area will take it at the 34-yard line, let's call it. 14-yard, which it is a legal play on the free kick. As long as the ball goes 10 yards, it's a free ball as on a regular kickoff. The Monroe area up to the line, wide slot to the right. Olson hands it off to Junior Reed, and Reed gets down to the 33-yard line. Picked up about a yard on the play. Number 90, Connor Boyles made the tackle for South Effingham. Monroe area seems to be taking their time between the plays. Even though we're in the third quarter, 6 minutes to go. Olson takes the snap, hands it off to Brooks. Brooks breaks the tackle, gets inside the 20, down to the 19-yard line. 15-yard gain by Brooks, and it'll be 1st and 10 for Monroe area.
Good running that time by K1, and you can look for Monroe area not to do anything fancy with the sophomore quarterback back there. But they just gave that one to K1, and he did some good running of his own after a good block on the corner.
And off to Brooks again. Brooks to the 16-yard line for a 2-yard pickup, and Brock Bridges has just informed me that's his 13th carry for 115 yards for Brooks tonight.
That's a good night. That may be his season high. I'm not sure.
Wide slot to the left. Garrison is a split in. Segman the slot back. Olson calls the signals, hands it off to Brooks off the left side. Brooks has got a hold to the 5, and he's in for a touchdown. Juan Brooks, a 17-yard touchdown run, and it's 39-0. Cody Brown comes in to try the extra point. Jamison Raines is the holder. Lines are down. The snap from center of the kick, it's in the air, and it's good. So timeout on the field, 4:59 to go in the third quarter. It's Monroe area 40, South Effingham nothing. Charles Bellflower, Danny Daniels, Ben and Brock Bridges, Chris Coffin here at the Purple Pit, 40-0. Who would have thought it would be like this? 2 wins in the playoffs by South Effingham, one over the west side of Macon. But tonight it's the Purple Hurricanes night. The Bose Wrecker Service kickoff by Brown is taken at the goal line and returned out to the 15 by Jeremiah Mercer. And that's where South Effingham will put it in play. 1st and 10 at their 15.
Charles, I think we can go ahead and mention the fact that next week Monroe area has the home game, but the host team has to be able to seat 5,000 people. And right now, Monroe area does not have that kind of capacity. If Burke County wins, it'll probably be at Burke County. And Sandy Creek wins, then it would probably be at a neutral site. because Sandy Creek doesn't seat 5,000 either.
Well, we've been to Sandy Creek a couple of times in the playoffs with Monroe area and Loganville. Over at the battlefield is what they call it. Pitch back goes to the tailback. That's Leverett. He gets caught behind the line by Jairus Harris, and he's going to lose about 4 yards back to the 11. And if this keeps up, South Effingham will be in negative yardage for the night.
Brock was telling me a little while ago how many total yards. I think he said they've got 65 total yards.
Wide slot. Pulling back to throw, throws it over the middle, and it is incomplete, intended for the split end. That was Tyler Hagan. And that stops the clock, 4:08 in the third quarter, third down and 12.
So we will have a running clock in the fourth quarter. Nobody has a decision on that.
So what you're telling us, Danny Daniels, is this is the last game that will be played here at the Purple Pit this year.
Well, if Monroe area can borrow some bleachers, that's what Eli was telling me.
Okay.
That there's a possibility we could bring some bleachers in here.
Pullen's pass intended for Hagan is incomplete. Excellent coverage by the linebacker, Andrew Shoemaker. So it'll be 4th and 12.
And I wish we could get Eli up here and talk to him about it before the end of this ball game. So maybe we'll be able to. He was in here at halftime. But I know Burke County can seat 5,000. And they would host. But if Sandy Creek wins, they don't. So Monroe area would either have to bring in some bleachers from somewhere or play at a neutral site.
Jeremiah Mercer in punt formation. He stands at his goal line and tries that rugby kick, and not a bad kick. Going to be fielded by Sigmund at the 45 to the 40, and down he goes there. 5-yard return. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Monroe area, 3:53 left in the third quarter.
One thing that punter does is make the ball turn end over end like a kickoff, so if it hits the ground, he gets some roll out of it. But
oh, yeah. Olson still the quarterback for Monroe area. Wide slot to the left, hand off to Brooks. Brooks tries to sweep left side, and he gets across the 35, but we got a flag on the play back at the 41-yard line.
That's either going to be holding or a personal foul called against Grayson Williams.
There's a block in the back is the preliminary signal from the referee. The officials tonight from the Lanier Association in the Gainesville area. Last week we had officials from the All-American Association from Albany. Well, let me correct that, Albany.
Albany.
So a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. So it occurred at the 41, so it backs Monroe area up to their own 49. And we've got a officials timeout. The referee's going to discuss something with Coach Flegg.
It's going to concern Williams. I know he threw the flag right at him. That's why I thought it was going to be unsportsmanlike. And I don't know if we've had an ejection or not. Flegg and defensive coordinator Chad Estes are talking right now to Williams on the sideline. Well, it's not Flegg there now.
Number 75 in the discussion with the coaches.
There's that conversation.
Yep, Williams, and that's the defensive coordinator. Estes. George Walton, 30, and Walker, nothing on the Bojangles scoreboard. Jefferson, 21, Fitzgerald, 10. Handoff goes to number 11 that time. That's Kean Camp in at a running back position, and he gets back to the line of scrimmage. Third down, and no, it's going to be second because they had the penalty. Continuing on the Bojangles scoreboard, Carver 7, Buford 3. Thompson 7, Cartersville 7, Sandy Creek 17, Burke County 13. Gainesville 36, Harris County 7, Norcross 19, Camden County 14, North Hall 31, Peach County 10, and Calhoun 28, Brooks County 7. Handoff goes to number 21, who's in the game. That's C.J. Winding, the freshman, and he gets to the 46-yard line for a gain of 3. And that's going to be third down. They've got to go to the 29 to get the first down, so it's a third and about 20. Ben Bridges bringing us the scores on the Bojangles scoreboard. And stay tuned tonight, because after the game we will have the Piedmont Outdoor scoreboard roundup that's sponsored by Piedmont Outdoors of Covington. 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Olson takes the snap, going to throw a pass, and it's going to be complete at the 40-yard line to Sean Garrison. And Garrison tackled there, going to be short of the first down. We got a flag on the play, however, back at the 45-yard line. So now we'll have to see what the flag is. Personal foul against South Effingham from the 45-yard line. So if that's a 15-yard penalty and you get the down over, that will put Monroe area in a manageable field position to get this first down. So let's see what we have.
It's something that happened out of bounds, I think.
Well, they shoved Garrison out into the Monroe area bench, and we were blocked from the play because we are behind the Monroe area bench, so couldn't see exactly what happened.
But it was a personal foul called against South Effingham. That's going to be a first down.
Yeah, at the 25-yard line, apparently from the end of the reception. So now it ends up at the 26-yard line of South Effingham, and another first down for Monroe area. TJ Sigmund is wide to the right. He comes in motion. Going to hand it off to Sigmund, trying to get around the corner, and he gets hit, and now he reverses his field at the 25, and he lost the football, and it looks like South Effingham may have it. There's a pile-up at the 27-yard line.
First turnover.
Yeah, South Effingham has returned, has recovered the fumble, and a player was down for South Effingham, but he gets up with the assistance of some of his teammates. So a minute 16 to go in the third quarter, and the first turnover of the night for Monroe area. Sigmund got jammed up on the left side and bounced off tacklers and reversed his field to the right, and then somebody hit him and the ball came loose.
Still most of that first team defense out there, and they'll be out there as long as there's a shutout. Coaches like these shutouts.
Wide slot to the right. Pulling back to throw. Going to throw to the right, and is incomplete. Was intended for number 14, Tyler Hagan, but there's a flag down. We may have some pass interference over there. The officials are discussing it.
And I don't think that was a catchable ball.
Well, he dove for it, so it was been questionable. There's pass interference against Monroe area. There was an official right on top of the play, and so that will be a 15-yard penalty with an automatic first down. And so it moves the football out to the South Effingham 43-yard line. First and 10 at the 43 with 1:11 to go in the third quarter. It's 40-0, Monroe area. Pulling back to throw, fires it over the middle, and it's caught, and he breaks the tackle and gets to the 36-yard line. That was Jeremiah Mercer on the reception, a 21-yard gain, and another first down for the Mustangs.
And that was a good, strong throw that time by the young quarterback. He's only a freshman.
Oh, is he? Wide slot to the right. Man in motion comes from left to right. Pullen going to roll to the right. Blitz was on. Throws it out there, and it's intercepted. Intercepted at the 34-yard line by number 8, Duntavius Malcolm. Number 9, the intended receiver. That was Patrick Brown, and went off his hands right into the hands of Malcolm. And so South Effingham has turned the ball right back over to Monroe area with 37 seconds to go in the third quarter. Olson still the quarterback with some more backup players in. Handoff goes to Camp, number 9, and he's going to be brought down at the 32-yard line by that linebacker or defensive end, Connor Boyles. No gain on the play, and that may be the last play of the quarter. And Monroe area just watching the time go off the clock. And so we have, at the end of 3 quarters of play, timeout on the field with the score, South Effingham nothing, Monroe area 40. Charles Bellflower, Danny Daniels, Chris Coffin, Ben Bridges, Brock Bridges back here with you at the Purple Pit. We begin the fourth quarter. It's Monroe area 40, South Effingham nothing. We'll have a continuous running clock here in the fourth quarter as Monroe area has a 40-0 lead.
And I think they're going to take, let's see, Gallup is not out there now. They're leaving K1 Brooks out there, and I'm not sure about the offensive line, but
Garrison is the split end. Olson still a quarterback. Brooks is in there. The center is still Brantley Ferguson. And Job Fortner is still in there at tackle. All those are starters. Well, the line. And Olson going to run an option play off to the left. And he's going to pitch it out. And that was T.J. Sigmund, and he got bumped out of bounds at the 35. So he picked up a couple of yards close to the Monroe area sideline, and the fans giving a big sigh looking for a personal foul penalty.
Yeah, and I think the coaches along the sidelines were too, because that was right there in front of Fleeg. against Stanton. Truitt re-injured that ankle, but he played a couple of series after, but we hadn't seen him in the second half, so hopefully it's just a precautionary thing with a big lead that he's not in the ball game and hadn't been here in the second half.
Olsen going to roll to the right, and he's going to throw, and it's going to be incomplete. Threw it into double coverage. Intended for T.J. Sigmund down around the South Effingham 45. 4th and 7. Clock continues to run. We got a continuous running clock here in the fourth quarter. And that is Tall Paul's favorite part of a Friday night when we get a continuous running clock. Brown in a punt formation. Good snap and a good high long kick. Going to hit at the 30. And we'll be down at the 28-yard line. So 36-yard punt by Brown, and South Effingham will take over at the 28. I want to remind you that we are live on the GHSA.TV, and they will keep this game online. So if you're listening on the radio tonight, but you still want to go back and watch the game, you can still go to GHSA.TV anytime next week and still watch this game. 1st and 10 at the 28. Pullen takes a snap, throws it over the middle, tried to hit his split end Hagan, and another flag comes in. And we've got a lineman down for Monroe area, face down on the field. And some teammates are coming over to check him out. I think that's Jarius Harris. And we're going to have a officials timeout. Wait a minute.
That pass interference call, by the way, is going to be called against Datavius Malcolm, and he did the thing that you don't do. He immediately looked at the official as if to say, I didn't do anything, and then came the flag.
No, that is not Harris down on the field. It is 41 Andrew Shoemaker, the linebacker. And he's being attended to by the medical staff. Meanwhile, we'll go to Bojangles scoreboard. We have no finals. All these games are still in progress. Prince Avenue Christian is leading Athens Academy 17-7. George Walton leading Walker 30-0. It's Jefferson 21, Fitzgerald 16, Buford 10, Carver 7, Thompson 13, Cartersville 7. Sandy Creek still leads Burke County 17-13. Winner of this one will play the winner of that one next week. Gainesville 43, Harris County 7. Colquitt County is leading Parkview 21-7. St. Pius 34, Washington County 21. GAC is leading Early County 16-10. First down, they hand it off to Mercer. That's Jeremiah Mercer, and he gets to the 48-yard line for a pickup of about 6. Calhoun leads Brooks County 28-7. North Hall 31, Peach County 10, and North Cross 19, Camden County 14. On the Bojangles scoreboard. Hand it off to Leverett. Leverett breaks the tackle. He's across the 40, down to the 35, down to the 34. Ben Bridges and Brock Bridges working on the Bojangles scoreboard, and we should have some finals coming in shortly, so don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. 8.5 minutes left here. Continuous clock. 1st and 10 for South Effingham at the Monroe area 34. Out of the spread, they hand it off to Leverett, the fullback, and he gets down inside the 30 to about the 29. So he picks up 5 yards, and it'll be 2nd and 5.
You know, look down on the field, and I just noticed that last week we were talking about the fact that Cody Brown wasn't warming up on the sideline because the Monroe area team doesn't have a kicking net. They got one this week.
And he's sitting down.
Well, we probably won't need him tonight.
Pulling back to throw, going to throw it deep down in the end zone for Hagan. Hagan jumps up and he catches it for a touchdown. A 28-yard touchdown pass from Pullen, the quarterback, Tyler Pullen, to the split end, Tyler Hagan. Tyler to Tyler. And South Effingham is on the board at the 7:29 mark of the 4th quarter. The extra point comes in, and they look like they're going to go for 2. And they are. 3 receivers wide to the right, 1 wide to the left. Man in motion from right to left is Brown. Pullen looking to throw. Got a man wide open in the end zone, and the 2-point conversion is good from Pullen to Ryan McClendon. So timeout on the field, 7:29 to go in the game. It's Monroe area 40, South Effingham 8. .29 left in the quarterfinal of the Quad A football playoffs. Monroe area leads 40-8. And looks like Monroe area will be playing the winner of Sandy Creek, Burke County next week at a site to be determined. Sandy Creek was leading Burke County 17-13 last we heard. And they try this onside kick again, and it is fielded at about the 38-yard line. He's got a block to the 45, pulled down at about the 48-yard line. So about a 10-yard return that time by Duntavius Malcolm on that line drive. Hope one of my men can get down there and get the ball. Bo's record service of Madison kickoff. 7 minutes. Monroe area at their own 49. Olson, the quarterback. Wide slot to the right. Olsen going to fake it and keep it off tackle. He gets to the 40 and down to the 38-yard line for a first down. He's tackled there by Kason Gaskin, the cornerback. They picked up 13 yards on the play. So first down, there was some nifty running that time by Olsen.
Tell you what, you talk about the future of this Monroe program. Don't forget Gallups, K1 Brooks, and Truitt are all juniors. And then when they leave, you still got Winding that's growing up, and Olsen at quarterback.
Olsen runs the option this time, and he keeps it and gets across the 35, maybe to the 34-yard line. He was brought down there by Hunter Dean on the stop, and we've got a timeout has been called by South Effingham, so we'll take timeout on the field. 5:50 left in the game. It's Monroe area 40, South Effingham 8. Yeah, well, it'll be recorded on YouTube and the Georgia High School Association TV website. You can go back and watch the tape of this game. Oh, it is? Okay. Olson on 2nd and 6, going to hand it off to the running back, and he's brought down immediately. That's Keon Camp. He's a sophomore, and he's down at the 36-yard line, so he lost 2, and now South Effingham going to call another timeout.
Can't take them with you, I guess.
So we'll take a timeout also. 5:33 to go in the game. It's Monroe area 40, South Effingham 8.
You'll just ask him on my air? You can. I will. All right, when you come back. I just wanted to, we'll take it a second.
You want to put this on then, and you just do whatever needs to go.
All right. Give it back to me as quick as you can, Paul. Give it back to me as quick as you can. All right. All right, we're back at the purple pitch, 3rd down and 7, and the handoff, big hold over right tackle, and Charles Bellflower just told me they better not score on this play, and Keon Camp just took it 36 yards for a touchdown on the first play after they come back from the timeout. And with that's good because that gives us a chance. Athletic Director Eli Connell is with us right now. Eli, explain next week and who would host.
Well, Danny, thanks for having me on. Got on at a real good time there, just in time to see a big run by Keon. Going down to Thomaston Sunday morning, got a meeting at 10 o'clock. Every semifinal team will be meeting there, and we will be, all right, Cody.
PAT, goodbye, Brown. We just keep it right here. Go ahead, Eli.
I'm sorry. We're guaranteed that we're going to match up with a 1 seed. And it appears that right now all 3 1 seeds are short of the minimum requirement that Georgia High School requires to host a semifinal game for the Quad A. So if those schools all remain below the minimum, it will go to a neutral site that will be determined by the executive director of Georgia High School.
Okay. So then the possibility of bringing in bleachers is not there?
Realistically, bringing in bleachers, the problem's the cost.
Yeah.
And our principal has. I went to him today and told him, I kind of just pitched our case a little bit, and he has been burning the midnight oil to try to figure out a way for us to bring in the bleachers. We've got a meeting with a company tomorrow out of North Carolina to get an estimate, a proposal on how much it would cost to get us up to meet the minimum requirement. No guarantee that we're going to be able to do it, but I promise we're trying with everything we got to make it happen.
All right, so Monroe area would host the semifinal round if they have enough bleachers, but it looks like it's going to be at a neutral site. Any idea where that might be?
No, that's a very good question. And, in the past, DeKalb Memorial has been used for neutral sites. There's a stadium off of 138 called Terra Stadium that's been used before for neutral sites. I have no idea what Georgia High School would decide to do. They have the opportunity of using college sites or other high school sites that meet the minimum requirement. So it's just up to Dr. Swearingen, and Sunday at 10 a.m. we'll find out.
All right. Thanks, Eli.
Thank you.
Athletic Director Eli Cannell trying to cut into my money for this game. But we've just got some scores here, Danny, on the Bojangles scoreboard. Sandy Creek 24, Burke County 20. is the latest score that we have on that game. Prince Avenue still 17-7 over Athens Academy, and George Walton 30-0 over Walker. We'll have more scores after this play. Pullen back to throw. He's going to throw it long towards the sideline for that split in again. That's big Tyler Hagan. He's got to be 6'3" or 6'4". And number 11, Camp, was on the coverage that time. 3:55 and the clock is running left in this game. Jefferson 31, Fitzgerald 16. Buford now 24-7 over Carver. Cartersville 21, Thompson 13, Gainesville 50, Harris County 7 on the Bojangles scoreboard. Pullen throws it out, and it's complete and tackled immediately. He hit Jeremiah Mercer at the 19-yard line, and Datavius Malcolm cut his knees out from under him there, so it'll be 4th down. And South Effingham will go into punt formation. Continuing on with the Bojangles scoreboard, Camden County 20, Norcross 19, North Hall 31, Peach County 10, Calhoun 35, Brooks County 7, Colquitt County 24, Parkview 7, St. Pius 34, Washington County 28, low snap, and Mercer gets it up in the air. Monroe really didn't have anybody back deep, and it's going to roll all the way down to the Monroe area 32-yard line. So you're going to end up with a 50-yard punt, and that's a lot better than the 5-yarder he had earlier in the game.
So once again, according to Athletic Director Eli Connell, they'll find out tomorrow morning at about 10 o'clock at a meeting in, I think he said Statesboro.
Thomaston, at Thomaston headquarters.
Okay. And they'll decide where the game will be played next week. And there's not much chance it's going to be here because he was talking about the cost of bringing in bleachers.
2 minutes left in the game. Olson, the quarterback, wide slot to the right. And we got a flag on the play. A couple of more scores on the Bojangles scoreboard. Lincoln County 20, Wilkerson 14, GAC 24, and Early County 17. So Brock and Ben Bridges working feverishly on the Bojangles scoreboard. And don't forget that they'll have a wrap-up of all the scores that we've been able to get from around the state on the Piedmont Outdoor Scoreboard Roundup coming up immediately following this game, which will conclude in 1 minute and 40 seconds. Olson takes a snap, going to run the option play off to the right side. Olson on the keep. He gets to the 40-yard line. So he's going to be short of the first down. It's going to be 2nd down and about 4. Picks up about 6.
Charles, tell you what, Jacob Olson doesn't play much at all, but he can look pretty good out there, especially for a sophomore. Not a big kid.
Yeah, he may be the quarterback of the future. We've not seen Truitt any time during the second half, and that may be a very smart move by Coach Fligg to hold him out. It was 31-0 at the half.
Fligg's about to get dunked.
Olson looking for somebody to pitch it to, can't find anybody, and keeps it and gets to about the 41, and somebody hit him almost head to head. They give him a credit for 1, and it's 3rd down and about 2.5.
If you're watching video on GHSA, there's Matt Fligg, who just got the Gatorade cooler dumped on him, and that's awfully cold water.
Well, you know, I'm glad that I retired from coaching before they started doing that, because I would have people running laps till the moon came out if they did that to me. 3rd and 2, one more play. Olson going to run the option play, pitches it out to Camp. Camp behind the line, breaks a tackle, reverses his field to the 40, to the 45, got a block to the 50, and they pull him down at the 40-yard line. He gained 19 yards on the last play of the game, and don't forget to give him credit for a 1st down if you're keeping stats at home with us. So that's the final score will be 47-8. Monroe area advances to the semifinals of the Class Quad A state football playoffs. And who would have believed it just a few years ago? I was sitting here broadcasting through a miserable 0-20 losing streak, and now all of a sudden Monroe area started making the playoffs about 3 years ago, and now I believe this is the furthest they've ever been, or at least recently, the semifinals.
Well, they'd never even been in the playoffs until 3 years ago. And now they are one game away from playing in the Dome.
One game away from the Dome. So we're going to get ready to go to the Piedmont Outdoor Scoreboard Roundup. Danny, you want to go over the site selection for next week one more time before you go?
Well, once again, Eli Cornell, the athletic director of Monroe area, is going to Thomaston tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock. They'll meet with the executive committee. The thing is, you got to be able to seat 5,000 people. And out of the four in the Final Four, in the semifinals, 3 of those stadiums would not seat 5,000. So that means Monroe area, in all probability,